Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Former Dallas Cowboy believes the team should get a jump start on a head coach and fire McCarthy early. Jerry Jones hired Mike McCarthy back in 2020 as Jason Garrett's successor, but he has failed to deliver the Super Bowl win that they crave. Cowboy Nation are not even desperate for a Super Bowl. First, it would be an NFC Championship appearance before they could dream of the Vince Lombardi Trophy. Moreover, the Dallas Cowboys have failed to reach a conference final since the legendary era back in 1995. Their fall from grace has been mind-blowing, considering they had won 3 rings in 4 years before their playoff curse was locked in. McCarthy has not got the team close to a Super Bowl final and possesses an underwhelming 1-3 record in the postseason. In his maiden year in the Cowboys' hot seat, the 60-year-old failed to reach the playoffs, but the season-ending injury to his franchise quarterback Dak Prescott weighed heavily on the outcome. The former Super Bowl-winning coach knows that this is an all-or-nothing season for him as he enters the final year of his deal. Furthermore, to earn a new contract, the minimum requirement for the season is to reach an NFC championship. Even then, the mysterious mind of owner Jerry Jones may not be content with just that. On NFL Network, reporter Judy Battista was asked to list her bold predictions for the upcoming season. She stated that the Cowboys will make the playoffs, but be on the receiving end of a traditional early exit. Additionally, her bold prediction was that Bill Belichick would be the new head coach. Former Dallas Cowboys offensive lineman Brian Baldinger believes they should be quicker in their dismissal of McCarthy. "I don't think Jerry Jones could withstand another loss, so I do think there will be a change if there was a playoff loss," Baldinger said via NFL Network. Whether Bill Belichick is the guy. If things aren't going well during the season, then maybe they should make a change during the season and get a jump start on a new coach. Baldinger anticipates that matters could turn sour on the pitch and the front office should not wait around to sign Belichick. Belichick will be in demand next season, with NFC East rivals the Philadelphia Eagles and New York Giants also being linked to his name. Ultimately, Jerry Jones may feel tempted to give McCarthy the boot early in the season to get the jump start on Belichick. After staying away to work on his craft, Micah Parsons will be at Cowboys OTAs Wednesday. Edge rusher Micah Parsons is officially back with the Dallas Cowboys. Parsons said he will participate in OTA practices for the first time on Wednesday after missing the start of the off-season program and the first week of OTAs. Parsons spent some of that time away traveling to Japan and China with Houston Texans quarterback C.J. Stroud, documenting their journey on Bleacher Report as ambassadors of the game. Since coming back to Dallas, Parsons has chosen to work out on his own with a local boxing instructor. Parsons sat courtside for the Dallas Mavericks' 105-100 loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves in Game 4 of the NBA's Western Conference Finals at American Airlines Center Tuesday night, wearing a Luka Doncic Mavericks jersey curiously along with the signature shoe of Timberwolves star Anthony Edwards, Adidas AE1s. His choice of shoes drew the ire of Mavericks fans on social media. Parsons explained that he's all in local basketball team. But he is also a fan of Edwards' game and, as a brand ambassador for Adidas, he was showing support for his company. Parsons also made it clear to the Star-Telegram that his absence for off-season program and OTAs had nothing to do with any unhappiness with his contract or role with the team. The Cowboys have discussed signing Parsons to a long-term contract extension, but he is currently third in the pecking order behind quarterback Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. Parsons, who has made 3 straight All-Pro teams and has been a top 3 finisher in NFL Defensive Player of the Year voting all 3 years he has been in the league, pointed out that he didn't participate in the off-season program last season. And he said he used his time away to work on individual aspects of his craft. He compared it a basketball player who spent time in the off-season working to become a better free-throw shooter. Parsons said there is only so much allotted time during the off-season program with the Cowboys and that he got more done working specifically on a specific portion of his game. He is now ready to return to the Cowboys and consume the new defense under coordinator Mike Zimmer with the rest of the defense. Parsons has kept in touch with the Cowboys coaches and strength coaches while he was away. Even coach Mike McCarthy said last week that Parsons hasn't missed much from a scheme standpoint and looks to be in great shape. The big question is now whether Parsons has spoiled the Mavericks' mojo with his support of Edwards. The Mavericks still have a commanding 3-1 lead in the best-of-7 series that now shifts back to Minneapolis for Game 5 on Thursday. No team has ever rallied from a 3-0 deficit to win a playoff series. And the Mavericks are undefeated in Game 5 in previous series victories over the Los Angeles Clippers and the Oklahoma City Thursday. But Edwards was feeling quite confident after the game. After running into Parsons in the hallway, he told Parsons he will bring him another pair of shoes when he and the Timberwolves return for Game 6 on Saturday. Micah Parsons, you know, he was rocking the AE ones and I told him, he wear a size 14, I'll bring him back some nice shoes for Game 6, confirmed to the reporters in post-game press conference. That's what I told him. It was Edwards who told the locker room attendant in Denver that Minnesota was going to return for Game 7 after a Game 5 loss that put the Timberwolves down 3-2 and on the brink of elimination in the conference semifinals. Minnesota won 2 straight games to earn the right to face the Mavericks. Time will tell. Cowboys projected to have interest in controversial 3-time Pro Bowl Wr. Not long ago, Saints star Michael Thomas was arguably the best receiver in the game, on his way to a sure spot in the Hall of Fame. That was before a series of unfortunate events, injuries, a very public battle with his coach and social media digs at his quarterback, derailed things and left him here, still a free agent at the end of May, perhaps a bit too toxic for most teams to touch. But the Cowboys are not most teams, right? Dallas has always had a willingness to absorb talented players who have been discarded elsewhere. Thomas has talent, and plays a position of need for the Cowboys, who have contract holdout CeeDee Lamb and 31-year-old Brandon Cooks as their top 2 receivers, with untested options, Jalen Tolbert, Cavonte Turpin, looking to replace the since-released Michael Gallup. Thomas could rebuild what remains of his career with the Cowboys. He is 31 years old, so his days of leading the league in receptions, he did that twice and set an NFL record for catches with 149 in 2019, and yardage, he did that once, are behind him. But he is still a high-ceiling, low-risk gamble at a position of need for Dallas. And at CBS Sports, in an article titled, "Ranking Players Cowboys Could Add Before Training Camp, These Ex-Pro Bowlers Would Help Dallas in a Big Way," the argument is made that Thomas should be one of those ex-Pro Bowlers. CBS analyst Garrett Podale notes that the Cowboys have 4 roster spots available and writes, since Dallas has 4 remaining roster spots, here is a look at 4 players whom it may be interested in adding, based on its needs and potential price tag, ahead of training camp. In connection with Thomas, 3-time Pro Bowl wide receiver Michael Thomas, now 31 years old, simply hasn't been the same since earning 2019 NFL Offensive Player of the Year honors after setting the NFL single-season record for catches with 149 to go along with a league-leading 1,725 receiving yards as well as 9 receiving touchdowns. Injuries have robbed him of critical prime years in the 2020s, as he has played just 20 games the last 4 seasons, totaling 1,057 yards and 95 catches with 4 receiving touchdowns from 2020 to 23. If the Cowboys believe he has a chance at staying healthy and want to bring in someone to push Jalen Tolbert for their 3rd wide receiver spot, this signing could make sense. Tolbert is the early favorite to win the number 3 job, but he has been shaky, at best, 2 seasons into his career. He was a 3rd-round pick from South Alabama in 2022, and has logged 24 catches for 280 yards with 2 touchdowns in his 2 seasons. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Michael Thomas? Leave your opinion in the comments.